everyone. So I am here kicking it today with UFC Bantamweight contender Jimmie El Terror Rivera. How you doing, Jimmie?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm chilling considering, life right now.
Yeah.
But with that being said, how has quarantine life been treating you?
It sucks. It's annoying. I mean, it's starting to pick up a little bit because we've transitioned from doing with the schools I own, we're doing Twitch classes because we thought this, by May we thought we'd be open. So we just did a temporary solution, but we actually have opened up all our classes to Zoom for our locations and been teaching our students. And then I finally today has been the first week back to training. So we finally just had the people, the pros, the guys in the UFC and a couple other training partners in training. So this way we could train and get ready for fights. I know a couple of my teammates might be having fights coming up soon. So it feels good to get back into training and train again. Definitely missed it, especially for the past, how long has it been? At least a little over a month, I think we stopped. Maybe a little more because I was away as this was hitting the fan. And when I got back, it literally shit hit the fan and then they started closing everything down.
Oh, really? So you were not even in the U.S. or were you just like?
I was in the U.S. I was in Florida. I was in for Daytona Bike Week. So I left that week before and got back that weekend. So like Thursday I got back. Friday, Saturday I worked at my school and taught. And then all of a sudden Monday we modified everything so it was safe and kept time between classes to clean the mat and the bags. And then once Monday came and the governor said we had to close down, I didn't even close down by 8 o'clock. I didn't even run classes. We just closed down right away because there was no point to run 2 classes and then close. So we closed down, and it's been an uphill battle since then.
No, definitely. It's been wild out there. But at least you've been able to get some classes in online. How have those been going?
Teaching the students is great. This is our second week going on to it, and more students are coming in. It's different. They're so used to in person. So when they see the Zoom classes, it takes them a little while, but a lot of, once word of mouth spreads and they realize how good the classes are, they come in and they start taking them. And, right now this is the new normal. Everything's online and Zoom, everything they're doing is virtual reality. So it's, at the end of the day, you kind of got to just adapt to the times and adapt to crazy shit like this happening.
No, definitely. And I did check out your Instagram and I see that you had been training. Through the course of this. So what exactly have you been doing to stay fit?
Before we opened the headquarters up this week, I just, running and lifting, hitting the bag. That was basically it. You can't really do much more without a training partner.
Oh, definitely. So with that being said, obviously we know fights have been going on. How would you feel about fighting right now?
I definitely want to fight. It's basically just giving some time and getting back in. I mean, it's been the first week since I've trained since my injury too. So, definitely want to fight. Just kind of have to figure everything out and go from there.
No, definitely. I feel like it's difficult, especially, are you in Jersey?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Jersey and my school's in New York. So it's the 2 worst states to be in right now.
No, definitely. I mean, I'm so shocked there's so many people taking fights. Me, I don't fight, but I definitely wouldn't right now. I would not feel comfortable. So I'm giving everyone credit. But I feel like it's definitely a wise decision to kind of wait a little bit. But with that being said, Fight Island is in the works. So that's like June, July, August, and thereon. How would you feel about going out to Fight Island?
I definitely wouldn't mind going to Fight Island. I just don't think it's going to be ready until maybe we're watching an interview. I was watching an interview today. I think it was someone was asking Dana when it was going to be ready. I think he's said 2 to 3 weeks, kind of have the infrastructure up and stuff. So I'm like, I mean, like I said before, I'm like, it's cool. Like you could buy an island, but it's not buying the island and buying the materials. It's how you get everybody there and get it going through a pandemic too. It's not even, if it wasn't a pandemic, it'd be maybe a little easier, but now as a pandemic, it's pretty tough. So it's interesting. I'm just kind of like, I can't wait to see what it looks like.
And I know he did say that, like, considering the times that fighters can go with their coaches and their cornermen and get a full camp, would you consider doing that?
At right where I'm at now, no. I mean, a week to 2 weeks out, I would definitely bring one of my training partners and go. but right now I don't need to, since we kind of got a small group of guys working out and getting ready for fights. We're kind of in good shoes right now, knock on wood. So
Right.
we'll hopefully keep going that way and see where it takes us.
Definitely. So, if it was up to you, when do you think would be, when would you like to fight? And do you have anybody in mind that, you'd like to get in the cage with?
Um, I would definitely like another maybe 4 to 6 weeks, just getting back into things. Who I want to fight, I just want to fight, someone in front of me. I want, last couple of fights have been people behind me. I want to fight in front of me. And the biggest thing with me is I want to fight that's going to make sense and get me close to the belt. I'm not looking to, I fought a lot of people behind me. Now I want to take a step forward and fight forward. I know a lot of people will say the rankings. So some people will say the rankings don't mean anything. Some people do. Well, rankings kind of mean something to me. So I want to move forward and get a fight going forward.
So, I'm sure you've been watching the fights that have gone on so far, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what are your thoughts? Just, I guess, performance wise, do you feel like you can see a difference maybe because of the lack of training or just resources?
I think it's just kind of like the lack of training, because you notice a lot of people that fight at 35 or 55 or 45 and they're going up a weight class. So that just means lack of training. Like they're just trying to get their fights in and fight. And some people need this money to live, and it's really important to them. So you kind of got to do what you got to do, and that's it. I mean, some of it too is last minute filling in spots. So that's why fighting up a weight class, I mean, it's tough. I mean, last minute's always the hardest thing. Like I fought last minute my first fight in Scotland. I got like a 2.5 week notice. The cut sucked. I still made 35.
Wow.
But obviously, if I had a last minute notice like that and I was like, oh yeah, we can move the fight up to 45, it would have been a lot easier of a cut. But that's not how it works. But right now, with this pandemic, they're making exceptions, and it's tough. It's really tough for guys. I give them props for taking fights and going there and fighting. Not having a crowd, it's kind of used to it since I did Ultimate Fighter. It's kind of like training though, but you're really trying to kill your partner and you
Right.
don't like them, or you might like them, but you just got to kill them because they're trying to kill you. But I think, like I said, I give them a lot of props for taking a fight last minute. I apologize. My dogs are.
No, it's all good. I love doggies. They're so cute. What are their names?
Harley and Duke. Duke, come here. Baby, you want to bring one of them here?
Yeah, let me see. I love animals. It's a
Well, I don't know
problem.
if you can see in the background. Hold on.
Oh goodness, they are huge.
Yes.
Oh, I love big dogs. Oh my god. Hi doggies. I know the treats are there, so you don't even care about me.
No, they don't care.
It's fine. It's fine.
They
I'm
just
gonna
care.
let them
They
out.
just care. They just care about the treats.
That's
Once you say the T word, it's on.
But anyway, back to the fight world. So, do you have any predictions for the main event this weekend, Overeem versus Harris?
I got Walt. I think Walt's on a tear right now, and I think with everything he's gone through, every person needs an outlet. Outlet. Put it there. Yeah, outlet. There you go. Let me put it in the right terms. Outlet. And since what he's gone through personally, and I hope obviously hope no one ever goes through that, losing their daughter. I think he's just gonna go and just. I think he's gonna be over him. I have nothing against over him. I just think, with everything going on, I think he's like, and was doing great and it was on a tear and before that, and I just think he's gonna do really well.
No, definitely. I would love to see him take it. On a regular day with a regular camp, I don't know how you all do it. So especially now, I cannot even imagine trying to put the pieces together. It seems super chaotic. Hats off to everyone who could take a fight. Like I said, I understand if you're not taking a fight, but at least they're providing entertainment. The cool thing is, all eyes on you, I guess, if you're fighting right now. There's no other sports.
Yeah, I mean, it's huge. I mean, I didn't get to see the numbers or hear the numbers yet, but the pay-per-view they had on Saturday had to be huge. It had to be one of the biggest in the past year, I want to say. Well, it's got to be close to like the Conor McGregor numbers, because it's the only thing going on in sports. But a lot of people, tweeted and mentioned, how it was good to see, besides wrestling, to see some fighting and to see another sport in action.
I think it's lifting people's spirits, and it's definitely setting the tone for other sports to kind of see, how to do it, I guess, or how to go about it.
I mean, my manager was there and they were getting tested left and right. So it's just tough. You know what I mean? It's one of those things that, like, you know, you just kind of want to get the country going back again. Georgia opened up and you're seeing how Georgia is. The numbers spiked, but only the numbers spiked because everybody was getting tested. But it's just on a slow decline with the testing and the antibodies and all that. So it's like, it's kind of one of the things. This could be like the new flu. You know what I mean? I mean, a little deadlier than the flu, but still it could be something that where maybe people have to change their lifestyles and really take care of themselves better and put fitness up there was their job and work out all the time and eat right.
Definitely. That's what I've been hearing from a lot of health professionals, that right now, if you're in generally good health, and that's just, maintaining, good nutrition and a workout regimen, you pretty much should be fine. So yeah, like you said, it could be one of these things that we just have to adapt to and learn to live with.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens. I mean, hopefully in June we get to open up and, obviously have special guidelines, but hopefully everything could open up since other states are doing well. You know what I mean? It's explanatory that there's going to be a spike because now everybody's getting tested to go back to work. So of course there's going to be a spike, but I heard numbers come out in New York and the numbers were, still going up, and 66% of the people that got it were staying home. So why quarantine people that are healthy at home? Quarantine the people that are sick or elderly or have immune deficiency and let the healthy go back to work and keep the economy going.
Since you've been stuck at home, have there any new hobbies or like new things you've been getting into, working on?
Yeah, we're actually trying to sell our house right now. So I finally grew some grass and realized it's a little easier to grow grass on your own than hire a landscaper.
Oh, nice.
I've always put Legos together. It's like my thing as a kid, and it's like my meditation as an adult. When we hit nice weather, taking my motorcycle out and going for rides. Unfortunately, we don't live on a big property right now, so I can't really go shooting at all until we move into our new house and the gun ranges are closed, so can't do that. Yeah, that's really it. And I mean, now that we start teaching classes in my school at Tiger Showman's in New York City, it's just been super busy with teaching all the classes. So it's my first day off since we did it, and it's I still keep myself busy, but it's basically just getting stuff done I need to get done. And when I get done with speaking with you, I have to do more work. So it's not, the day never ends.
No, I believe it. I know people are like, yeah, we're working from home, but we're now working more than ever. It is a bit crazy. So what's the first thing you're looking to do once, the world kind of opens up and it's safe to be out there? What's like the first thing you're eating or the first place you're hitting up? What's your first stop?
I definitely want to say my first stop is opening up my school and seeing my students. And then what I'll be looking for is definitely not wearing a mask to go into a restaurant or somewhere else, because it's so freaking annoying. It's so hard to breathe with it on. It's super annoying. I actually was thinking about today how doctors, well, I mean, then again, doctors don't wear it 24/7. They wear it when they're doing surgery or someone's sick or something like that, but then they take it off right away after they're out of the room. But wearing that mask 24/7 and just something on your face, it sucks.
So we did make it to the end of the interview. Is there anything you want to promote? Anyone you want to shout out? Any last pieces of wisdom you want to throw out there?
Um, well, always shout out, my sponsors, NutriBiotics for supplements, Tiger for my gear, Tiger Showman's, my fight team, my teammates, Eat Clean Bro for my meals, Manscaped, which just got sponsored with, which is, I've never used one before, and I used one. I'm like, I can't say they're not bad. The trimmer is unfreaking believable. You can use it for everywhere. So all I'm saying is, like, shaving my arms and stuff like that, I don't get cut up. So it's great. But people that are down or even kids, I get a lot of teenagers or a lot of young kids, they don't understand it. Things will change. Just stay positive. Find something that kind of gets you away from everything, where you can just focus on that one thing and get like a meditation. And, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger at the end of the day. So just keep rolling with the punches. Keep rolling with what's coming after you. Everything will be fine at the end. You know what I mean? The biggest thing you got to remember is that after this pandemic's done, you're walking out and you're still breathing, and some other people are not. So be fortunate about that as well.
Where this is the time to remember, the little things like that, and just, I guess, stay in touch with your family and your home base, and just center yourself. So
Yeah, that's it. It's hard for people to do it. It's hard for people, especially if they're used to seeing people. I mean, I'm used to seeing and being around people all the time, to go and really not being around people. But now that we're back training again this week, it's nice to be around people and start seeing my teammates again, because you haven't seen them over a month. And we would FaceTime or Zoom or Google Meet, whatever it is. But to kind of be back in person, and being in person is always better than over a FaceTime.
yeah, of course. And then especially with the weather finally getting nice here on the East Coast, it feels like things are slowly, maybe not going back to normal, but just feeling better at the very least.
It's definitely feeling better. I don't know when normal will be completely normal to before we close, but at least hopefully we're looking to open up shop and be able to see people in person and over online. And there's definitely going to be guidelines, stuff like that, but hopefully we'll be able to, see people in person and just kind of go back to somewhat normal.